Hey, Russ. Can you hear me okay?
You're good.
Cool.
Can you got me?
Yep, loud and clear.
Good, good.
Hey, check this out.
Hmm. What the heck?
That's the new version of the Babylon 5's uh, Star Fury.
Oh, okay.
But that's the resin print. Look how freaking detailed that shit is.
Wow.
I just got to get it, print that part of it, and put it together. But yeah, I was like, damn.
Hmm.
I have not tried printing your bridge, your hallways yet. That's next on
That,
the list.
that's fine.
But I do have. I don't know how we'll be able to see them on the camera,
They are kind of small.
but kind of.
Oh
Well,
yeah.
that's the back side of the pod, and there's the front side.
Oh, nice.
There's your cargo pods. I made you like 10 of them.
More than I need.
Yeah, well, a few extras never hurt. Just waiting on John and Miguel.
They were
Did you?
in the they were in the chat when I was sitting there waiting.
Yeah, did you use the link that I put up to get in?
Yeah, the one you put in the chat.
Okay. Then I don't know where they're at. Oh, there's Miguel.
There he is.
Hey, Miguel.
Hey, buddy. What's up, guys?
Not much. The link that I sent in the email, was that not a good link?
No, it was StreamYard.com/broadcasts.
Oh, okay.
So
My
it's
bad.
probably the link to the page where you had your stream scheduled
Probably.
would be my guess.
Why do I have two tabs?
I apologize. My stream is so dark today. My eye is just killing me.
It still give you. Oh God, you got to put that stuff in, don't you?
Yeah, now I'm putting ointment in there instead of eye drops.
I could not do that. Just waiting for John.
How you doing this week?
I'm doing pretty good. I was just showing Russ this. This is one of my other prints I did off the resin printer.
Oh, nice. That's cool. Oh, is that
Look at
is that a Star Wars ship?
No, it's Babylon 5's. um, it's the modified version of the Star Fury.
Okay.
It's a two-part print. This is the front and the engines, and I just got it off the print bed. I still have to cure it and detach it from the build plate. But the detail is just, I mean, look at the detail on this little guy.
Wow. That's cool.
I know. I mean, unfortunately, this is as big as I can go with it, but
Well,
the
but you
detail.
can print it in parts.
Yeah, I mean, I could actually, if I wanted to break this up even further, I could actually like make the cockpit literally
Separate,
like
yeah.
full size of the like take the engines out and
Yeah,
size up to be almost full size of the build plate if I wanted
Yeah.
to.
Yeah. Cool.
I'm still learning the slicer program for that.
That's cool, man.
It's not bad. It's a little bit of work. I mean, you got to clean it off and it's a pain in the ass. But
John
Yeah.
says he's here.
okay, the link's up in the
Oh, maybe he didn't see it.
chat. Oh my god, my phone. Hold on a second.
Work calls. Russ, you're BT, right?
Hey, what's up?
RT.
RT. Yeah, RT.
Yeah, she's staying over because Brian's gonna be out again today.
How is he gonna do that when he's coming in to relieve me at 8 because I'm staying over because Jacob's on vacation?
No, Lowe's coming in to relieve you.
Oh, is he?
Yes. I changed it up and I asked Lowe if he'd come in early today, so Lowe's coming in to relieve you, and then
Oh, okay. So Lil and Joe are both coming in at 8.
yeah,
Okay.
because originally it was going to be just. I originally asked Gerald and I told him no because it was his Monday and I didn't think he'd come in off his weekend off, and then I asked Lowe and Lowe said yeah he'll be in at 8, and then this happened, so then I got a hold of Gerald and said he'd come in too, so
Okay.
you should be good.
Okay.
So.
I just wanted to call and confirm.
Oh, no worries. I had to do a little bit of changing around the schedule, but
Yeah. When doesn't Ryan just take a leave of absence?
he's going to in a little bit, but he wants to get back to work and finish out the week, and then he's probably going to take a 2-week leave.
Finish out the weekend. It is the weekend.
He wanted to come back. He wants to finish out this week. He wants to do.
This week.
Yeah, he wants to finish this week out and then just take off for a couple of weeks. So he'll give him a full week's pay with his bereavement period, and time in, he'll give him a full week. So,
He doesn't get bereavement pay.
yes, he does, according to Stephanie. I asked Stephanie if he qualified for it, and she said yes. Put him in for
What's
it.
up, Tampa?
He should. What, just his sick time?
No, bereavement, because his grandma passed away.
Oh. I mean, I thought only salary gets bereavement pay.
No. Any employee gets bereavement pay.
No, any employee gets bereavement time, and all we should be able to get is, job security, but I didn't know we could pay for it.
Oh yeah, you get 3 days of bereavement pay. Yeah, if you have a death in the family, then it's.
What you working on, Russ?
Such as like mother, grandmother.
Teeny
you
tiny
get
little
a 3-day
shuttles.
Pay, 3 days off with pay.
Oh, is that for the enterprise you're working on?
Yeah, got that.
All right.
These little guys, check this out.
Wow, that is tiny.
Oh, my
Little
God.
work bee.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, you're showing off your little worker bees?
Yeah.
Yep, they're a teeny tiny little worker bee.
Those things
That's-
are. Oh, yeah, those things are. Oh my God,
That's cool.
I hate to paint those things.
They're just mustard and some decals.
True.
I'm doing all right, Tampa. My eye's killing me. I got a infection in my eye, so I'm putting ointment in it. It's
Hey, Tim, how are
Terrible.
you doing? Yeah, the fun part, taking this thing off the bill plate. This is where a
What
little
hap-
razor comes in handy.
What happened to John?
I don't know. I put the
I'll send him a message on Hangout, see if he's gonna.
Yeah.
pop
I put the link up there for him.
He was in the chat with me and Miguel.
Oh, okay. The only bad thing about these parts sometimes is they don't like to break free. Ugh. Run the bill plate. Whew.
So how long did that print take?
That was about a 3.5 hour print.
It's not too bad.
No.
What's up, Spunky?
Hey, Spunky.
What's going on?
So now all I gotta do is, I mean, this seems gonna be a little wonky because it kind of distorts a little bit coming off the bill plate a little bit, but not too bad. I just have to
Hey, Miguel,
Yes, sir.
get these off.
are you going to hand build those pipes for that frame?
Which pipes?
Well, I was watching your update, and you talked about doing the pipes coming off the
for the
engine there.
exhaust? Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll be hand building those.
I was going to say, I don't think you could fit the kit parts in there.
I don't even know what the kit parts look like. You're probably right.
I do have to clean off some resin from that little section. I'll be taking that to a hot water bath. Alright. Actually, give me 2 seconds. I'll be right back and I'll wash this off real quick.
All right.
I was watching your update, and I saw you were talking about it, so...
Yeah. After I filmed that, I started working on the
Ooh.
firewall. So now I've got where the motor plate goes. I have the framing. Let's see if I can get that.
Oh, nice.
Let me stick the engine in there. You can see how that fits. So that
Oh,
motor plate sits right up against there.
Are you using the stock tranny with that?
Yeah. I'd like to do something more modern, a more modern trans, ProMod trans, but I don't have anything like that in my parts box. I might be able to scratch build something, but I don't think I have the styrene to do that either. I also cut out a piece of aluminum here for the upper part of the firewall.
Hmm.
So we'll see how that goes.
Are you gonna do the whole firewall in aluminum?
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, wow.
Let those dry, and then.
John says he's in the lobby just waiting for you to admit him.
Oh, sorry. I didn't see him there. Hey, John. Sorry about that.
I'm invisible.
Invisible. Invisible John. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
I was just showing Miguel and Russ. This is one of the prints off my 3D printer.
Oh, cool.
It's half of a Babylon 5 upgraded one of their fighters they use.
That's looking real good, Miguel.
Yeah, I got the upper strut mounts in there.
Don't mind me. My ankle is really killing me today.
What'd you do to it?
Well, I had an accident over 30 years ago, and it's creeping up on me now.
Oh, was that what you were talking about yesterday?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha. Yeah, those
That's,
old
it's like-
injuries.
well, it's like twice the size of my other ankle. That's how
Ouch.
bad it is right now.
That's one thing about old injuries, man. When you have them as a younger person, you know, you don't notice it. But then when you get older, it's like, yeah, they make an appearance.
Oh, yeah. Big time.
Hey, remember me?
I got the body almost ready.
Nice.
Oh, nice. You just are you gonna paint it and then put it on
I'm
there?
just going to leave it. Yeah, I'm just going to leave it off because it's going to hide all the detail on it.
Gotcha. So are you gonna be able to put it on just for show, or is it gonna be just
Oh, yeah.
completely? Okay, awesome.
No, I can still put it on.
Yeah, is that all the detail you did in that thing, John? It's beautiful. They would definitely not want to cover that up.
No, I don't.
No, it's too good of a work. All right. Print the other half of this, and then I'll work on the other parts. Right now, I'm on my big Sulaco 3D print off my resin printers that I'm printing up. I'm only on part number 20. I'm printing part number 22.
Jesus. Let's see
Is that
some.
the one you said it was like 100 and some parts?
Yep. I think in total, let's see, that's part number 65. Oh, 94. Yeah, 94 parts is the end.
That's insane.
No, I'm sorry, I take that back. Not 94 parts, 104 parts.
I thought you said it was something like 100 and something parts.
Yeah, it's 104 parts later and I'll be complete. Let's put it this way, this is all the parts list of all the the parts I got to print.
Huh.
I
Wow.
even went as far as I made an instruction, put it all in the booklet, so it's got all my stuff in it to build it.
So
You know what's
Miguel,
good?
I only got one more page left, and I'm done.
Oh, goodness.
Oh, and nice for the for the construction.
Yeah.
Nice. And I
Yeah, I
was
got the
able to
brake.
get.
I got the brakes on the front.
Oh wow, John. Damn, that looks
I
good.
painted
Dang.
them candy apple red.
I swear I could get on that thing and ride it.
Yeah,
That thing looks
yeah.
good. Looks very realistic for the size. I love it. Well, I got the first of one plate on the base for the Vorcha.
Mm.
It's basically just the wooden box, and I got that super glued to it.
Oh, that's the mounting stand?
Yeah, and I got it to where the inside is a little metal collet. So the stand rod just drops in and catches the collet and stays in place.
Ernie says he's backstage.
Hmm.
Hey,
No, he
Banzer.
isn't. I don't see him.
He's not back there. I don't see him.
He said
No, I don't see him either.
Oh, there he is.
you
I got
wouldn't be backstage, John.
Hey, Ernie.
Hey guys.
What's up, buddy?
And I designed it to where
Yeah,
I actually
much
measured out for one of the switches, and the switch just
Nice.
drops right into place.
Nice.
Just been trying to do some work on this Nomad.
Oh yeah, the one you were showing off. What last live stream? I think you showed it.
Yeah, the 1/16 scale.
Yeah,
That's gonna be.
yeah,
Ernie,
yeah.
I forgot.
finally got
Did you-
the.
Sorry. What is Ooh.
Ash.
Oh, the
that's
glove
nice.
box open.
Opened up the glove
in the
box.
ashtray.
How did you
Huh.
do that?
That's so
I mean-
cool.
Ernie, listen to
And
me.
then
that's
I've
the
also. Yeah, John, this other part's your fault too.
problem.
Oh, the little hatch lid.
Let me.
That is too cool.
For the gas cap.
Oh, the gas cap.
Yeah, I told him about that too. I'm a bad influence, I guess.
Let me see that spare tire compartment again. That is insane, my dude.
Let me bring it up on big screen.
Wow. That is too cool.
No, that's not what I wanted to do.
And then it also says 55 Nomad on the hatch cover.
Yeah, I see that. That's incredible work, man.
That's
And
not
then-
what I wanted to do either.
Click
I
on
think
the
you
you
guys can
just
see I
click
cut
on
the
his screen.
Front seat.
Just click on his screen. It should full screen it.
Yep.
I think.
No.
And then
just
if I
gotta-
pull it all apart,
What the hell?
There's an icon on the left-hand side on Ernie's.
There you go.
Oh,
there you go.
got it.
You got it.
There you go. Now you
All right,
see. it.
there's the 55 Nomad.
Yeah, that's cool.
Oh,
How did
awesome.
how did you get the 55 Nomad? Where did that come from?
3D print.
This whole piece here is 3D printed.
Oh, okay.
I thought so.
Nice.
And then I hinged it so you can get to the rear tire.
Oh wow, Ernie. Nice.
I
Nice.
drilled out the lug nuts, or where the lug nuts would go.
Yeah, I see that.
Oh,
Drilled
that
that
is
out.
definitely. I love the detail on that one.
And then for the front seat, this was an idea I've had for a while, but I never could figure out how to make it work until the other night. As you can see, I've cut the backs off of it,
Yep.
Wow.
Are you gonna split the
but the front
seat?
seat will also slide forward.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
Are you
Split
gonna make the
and it's
seats
gonna be
actually fold
folding.
down? Nice.
Yeah,
Wow.
That is insane, but I
and then the
love
front
it.
seat also slides forward and back.
Oh wow, Ernie. Talk about detail. That is outstanding.
Insane. You're a madman.
That's crazy, but so awesome.
I
Now,
love
I've
it.
also done the same thing on a 124 scale 59 Impala that I custom made. I turned it from a 2-door hardtop to a 2-door wagon.
Which that's cool because they never made a two-door wagon.
But I can show you that one real quick. Give me a minute.
I like to do a 70 El Camino one day.
Ooh, that would be nice.
I think I have 3 of those down in the stash.
What, is it 70?
I'm pretty sure. Might be earlier than that.
Now, this is another one I've got to get back on to working on. It's this kit here.
Ooh. Oh, that's gonna be sweet.
Yeah, nice. I like that kid.
But this is the one that I turned into a station wagon.
Wow, that is so.
Oh, yeah, I love the color.
Yeah.
That turned out nice.
Beautiful. What color is that, Ernie?
This is the Spastics root beer.
Wow, beautiful. I love that color.
Looks good.
This is the one I'm
It
nicknaming
does.
the root beer float.
It's a good name. I like that.
Yeah.
Well, when you see the other part that I 3D printed, you'll understand why I called it that. But let me get this body off here, and I'll show you what I've done. This one here, I did cut the doors open on.
Oh, beautiful. Now, are they stationary or do they open or close?
No, they open and close.
Oh, Ernie, that is awesome. I'd love to know how you do that. That is
I just
sweet.
make my own hinges, so.
Wow, beautiful.
And then this one here has got a lot of detail underneath. Granted, it's all like silver and black, but well, if I can get this body off of here. Come on now. There we go.
Damn, resin are sticky.
All right. There's my interior on this.
Ooh,
I love the packages.
yes, that
That's super
is
cool.
awesome.
Actually, that's not packages. That's
Okay.
That's a
Even
subwoofer.
better. Even better.
Speaker, yeah. Nice.
and then like I said, this one here, the seats don't slide forward and backward, but they do fold.
That is freaking awesome.
Yeah, that's cool.
I mean, you basically turned a plastic model into what a die-cast model car can do. That is awesome.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's it, Ernie. You got some talent there, bud. You're good.
And then all the engine detail work.
Wow. Beautiful work. I'm just still amazed how you can get everything to open and close on hinges. That's just I've watched a lot of model videos. I've rarely seen anybody actually be able to convert a model into a hinged system like that. So that's really awesome.
And then there's all the detail underneath.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah, that looks good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's sharp.
Good work, dude.
A1, buddy, A1. Give you
And
that.
then the reason why I came up with the name Root Beer Float is because
One of
of
my favorite
this.
drinks.
Oh, it's got the boat. It's got the.
Uh-huh. Nice.
That's different.
That is awesome, though.
Now, this entire boat was 3D printed.
Wow, beautiful print.
And this was when I first started out with 3D printing. So,
Damn. Nice job, Ernie.
but the one thing I did to it was, if you look at the back of the car, the boat has the same rear end almost.
Oh, nice. I love how you did that.
That's cool.
Did you use Tinkercad program?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. That's one I use too. I love that boat. That's I love how it looks just like the back end of the car. That's cool.
Very
And
cool.
then also in Tinkercad, I 3D printed my trailer for it.
Nice. Yeah, Tinkercad is a nice little program. I love it.
And I see one of my rails fell off, but
Yeah, it looks. Yeah. Oh, they weren't. They weren't. Oh, they were glued in separately.
yeah.
Okay. Nice. That really turned out really, really awesome. Ernie really did.
Yeah, this is the one I was going to try to have for the Acme show last year, but they ended up canceling it.
That would have, if that hadn't taken place in that show, I would be shocked because that is freaking beautiful. Speaking of 3D prints, by the way, did you ever ask me about those paint racks, or did you want any paint racks or the file?
Yeah, I had asked you about them, and you said that you were going to send me the
Yes.
file.
I thought I did, or did I not?
Well, that's what I was asking you, because I may have accidentally deleted those or deleted it when I was going through my files the other night, because it was like 3 o'clock in the morning.
And
But yeah,
I don't think I have. I think I have your email address. I'm not sure.
You should have it underneath your sent files unless you delete those too.
No, I mean I do have. What's the first name on your email?
It's spunkey739 @gmail.
Okay. I will. Let me look for that today, and I'll resend you those files for the paint rack.
Okay.
And they, I don't know if I showed you a picture of them or not. How they look when they're.
Yeah, you showed me last time we were on.
Okay. Yeah. So the print came out really well. It fits. It's a little tight on tolerances, but that's. I kind of did that way so it would actually be they wouldn't fall apart once they were put together.
Yeah.
I mean, you could glue it, but I redesigned the whole paint rack just to be because I actually wanted a better paint rack for myself. Anyways, I redesigned my old design and version 2.0. But I will send you those
I don't
files
know
today
if
for
you
you.
can see it in there, but I actually used a spring
Oh wow, dude!
for the rear.
Did you make your own spring, or did you just like cannibalize from something else?
No, that was one I actually made. And then
That's
I
why
also
you
did the
don't-
same one.
That's why you don't throw any of your old pens away.
Right.
Huh.
I keep every little spring I get my hands on. I keep a hold of it. I got a whole thing of springs. That looks really good.
I'd like to get a little stash built up of watch gears,
Oh yeah.
watch parts, because I know they come in handy building things.
Yeah, for pulleys and whatnot. Eh?
Speaking
Yeah,
of that,
pulleys and stuff.
well, speaking of that, I'm going to show you something else that I like to use sometimes. I can get all this back in this one.
Oh, my printer's done.
And I just go to my local hardware store and pick them up. And that is, where's he at? Right here. Well, when I'm not dropping everything.
Dropsies.
That's not it. Now on this Nomad that I'm working on, I also 3D printed my own brake rotors,
Wow.
and I'll show
That's
those
some
to you in a
tedious
minute.
work right there.
But I have these here. They're like the little star washers,
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah.
and that's what I use on my alternator pulley.
Oh, nice idea. I didn't think about using those for that.
You know, from
That's
where
a
they
good
had
idea.
that fan on the alternator pulley.
Yeah.
That's what it represents, is that little fan.
Yeah, that's good.
And at that scale, it would look pretty much the part too.
Yeah.
Not a bad idea. Ernie.
What did I do with
I
that?
would never have thought about using that for that system, but damn, that's a good idea.
Now here's one idea I came up with while I was at the hardware store, but it didn't work out very well because it came out a little bit too big. Was I took those same washers, but I got the bigger size, and then 2 flat washers to make my rotors.
Oh, yeah.
For this one,
Oh,
That actually looks pretty good.
that does look. That looks like a rotor.
Why do you say it didn't work out?
I think it's a little bit too thick for what I'm trying to do.
I
But-
don't know about. Well, I don't know about that. I mean, that brake rotors are traditionally kind of thick anyway, but they have to be.
Or you think it's on the scale, Ernie?
I don't know. It might not be now that I held it up against this wheel that I made for it.
Let Ernie bring it to the camera. Let
But-
me see. Dude,
I
that
think it
looks
I
that looks
think it
about
looks
right.
good.
Yeah, that looks right.
And then
That's about yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, that
And
looks
that's-
about almost dead on to a brake rotor of a car. I mean, honestly,
all
I
right.
used to work in
And for
mechanics
what I
too. That
did-
looks about right.
And all I did for that was I took 2 regular flat washers, and then I glued Where is that? One of those style washers in between them, which is the same thing as that other one, just smaller. I
Yep.
mean, this one's bigger.
That looks dead on. That looks really good. That is an awesome idea. I mean, I guess that's something I never even thought about doing to mimic a brake rotor, but that's awesome.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
Yeah, it is.
And like I said, you can get these washers in different sizes and the regular flat washers.
Yeah.
So
See 'em
you
all
could
the
do
time
the
with
same
ours,
thing on a 124.
Yeah, they're almost like a lock washer, right?
Yeah.
I believe they are.
Yeah, yeah.
But I was like, it was just a crazy idea that came into my head, and I was like, no, let's try it and see.
Actually,
I got
it's
that.
really good.
Hey Miguel, I got the muffler all situated.
It's a
Cool.
damn good
One.
idea.
The one muffler I made
Uh-huh.
for my son. All that needs to be is painted.
And then here's the one that I 3D printed. I'm trying to get it to where you can see the little fins in there.
I can kind of see them. Yeah, I see a little bit of the texture on the
Yeah, me
inside.
too.
Yeah. And then it's got the silver plate on
Nice.
one side. I haven't done the other side yet.
You said you have the Ender 3 or Ender 3 Pro.
No, the Ender 3.
Okay. Well, I mean the Pro and the Ender 3 are pretty much identically the same. I think I think the cooling fan placement's different than like the cooling fan on the Ender 3 is on the top, and they modified it to be on the bottom on the Ender 3 Pro.
Yeah.
That's about it. Which is a better design
But,
because a lot of crap gets in there.
Well, I printed a. No, I didn't print it for the top one. It was the. Other piece that I printed the fan cover for. But then the other thing I did, since I opened up the gas cap or the gas tank area, also 3D printed me a little gas cap.
Oh, I like that. What size nozzle are you using for those small prints like that?
The 0.3. Or no,
Okay.
the 0.4. 0.4.
Really? You're getting that kind of detail for 0.4?
Yeah, because
That's-
and my well, you should have it too, if you have the Ender 3 or whatever. I use the what is it? Super D.
Oh, the super detail on the slicer program.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's funny on my printer, even on super, the smaller the part, the harder I have with detail on it. I had to actually swap out to like a 2mm nozzle, but that can be kind of finicky because of the size of the nozzle. Jams up really easy.
Yeah. Yep.
I don't usually like using the 2mm just for that simple fact of I have more clogs of that damn thing than I do the 4.
But yeah. I'm doing all my 3D prints on the 4mm nozzle.
Okay, awesome. I was just telling the guys I'm in a 3D printing project. I'm printing you remember the movie Aliens?
Yeah.
Well, you remember the Sulaco, the big ship the Marines traveled on when they were heading to the planet?
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
I found a file for it on Thingiverse. It's a 1/480th scale. So this is bigger than the 1/350, and it consists of 104 parts to be printed individually and then assembled. And this is the guide, the user manual to assemble everything that you print. And I'm only on part number 22 of the printing process out of 104 parts.
Madman.
Yeah.
We can't see your screen because you still got Ernie.
Sorry about that. Let me.
And that's how small I'm able to print.
Wow,
Wow.
that is crazy, but I love it.
Yeah,
This
that's
is what I use to make the sliding seats.
Oh, sweet.
Cool.
Damn, Ernie. My hat's off to you, dude. That looks freaking awesome.
Yeah.
Yep.
Go back here to the. Is that the one I want?
Yeah, Miguel, look.
yeah, it looks good.
Okay.
What part is that, John?
That's a muffler.
Oh.
I,
for the-
I, I,
I was
I
gonna say,
showed how
that's the
to,
muffler that I saw the video on.
yeah, scratch building it, yeah.
Very nice, John.
All I use is mini putt to put in,
Yeah,
in
he
the
did
middle of the two tubes.
Sweet.
What's that, Ernie?
I was gonna say, yeah, you did a how-to video on that, didn't you?
Yeah, yesterday.
I'm gonna step away from the. Actually, I'll be right back. I'm gonna step away. I need to go over to my printer. Roll has right back.
Okay.
Plus, my son wanted to know how to do it, so now he's got one. Now he's got to make the other one himself. He'd probably get me to do it.
I'm gonna.
Yeah, problems with your eyes still, Miguel?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I had to put a wrap around my ankle yesterday. I could barely walk it as it is. Not too bad today. Like the healing, swelling is going down, but still, it's a freaking pain in the ass.
So this is what I'm working on. I'm scratch building this.
What is it?
It's going to be this part that's rotating or that's stationary is the mount. The part that's rotating is 1/2 of the panhard bar. There's going to be another one on the other side, kind of like little pedals. One faces up, one faces down. And so on this side, I'll do another linkage like what's over here. And then one will be down and it'll attach you a panhard bar on one side, and the other one will be up and it'll attach to the panhard bar on the other side of the frame.
Oh, cool.
Had to start carrying my resin prints here real quick.
Yep. So
You probably could use the same idea for your interior pedals too.
yeah, probably. I might actually do that.
And what I would use is that tin you got for your Monster drink,
Uh-huh.
and use those for the brackets to hold the pedals. Because that stuff is easy to drill and whatnot, right?
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean, though, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, that could be good.
All right, Ernie, where'd you go? Where'd Ernie go?
I don't know. We lost them.
Ernie, we lost you. Come back to us.
It's almost as
Busy this
bad.
morning.
It's almost as bad as Steve. As soon as he clicks on something, that's it. He's gone.
I saw it yesterday. That was hilarious.
Yeah, that's his email I sent you, Rick.
Okay, yeah, I sent him a
I
link,
don't-
but I think I sent the wrong link.
Yeah, but I don't think he's subbed to you, so that's probably why he doesn't get the notifications.
Probably. Well, I sent him an email.
Yeah,
See if he comes in.
yeah. He just bought that house after he retired, actually.
Nice.
Yeah, that's a big house too.
I'm hoping when my wife and I move up to Idaho, we can get ourselves a nice size house up there.
Well, when I had my house in Burlington, I had a 3-car garage. I had one car garage for my hobby area, and one for the woodworking area because I used to work with wood.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm hoping we get, because I mean we were talking about buying a house before we moved up there, but that wouldn't be feasible. So we're gonna just rent for a few, and then we're gonna look at buying later. But even renting, I want to get at least at least a 3-bedroom house because I like to have the extra room to be. Well, my one room's gonna be my room completely for all my hobby work. So,
Yeah, yeah.
and then our bedroom, and then maybe another.
Well, if you
room,
got
like
a full basement, you could pretty well convert that into a
yeah,
bigger work area.
yeah, that'd be the other option. If I can only get like a 2-bedroom with say a 2-car garage and a basement, which is possible, then I can make the basement my hobby work area, garage my woodworking area, and then
Right.
my wife could have like the other room for all of her craft work and stuff that she does.
Right,
And
right.
I'd be happy. Um, once we once I get the money from the house sale and told my boss once I get that money, I'm putting my notice. That's all there is to it.
Yeah, yeah.
Done.
Are the houses pretty pricey up that way, or they're not too bad?
Idaho, they're not too bad. Idaho, they're very affordable. Down here, the houses are really expensive. Like the house that we just sold, my mom's old house, we sold it. I think it went for $304,000.
Well, that's nothing. You know how much an average house is here, where I live? Almost $1 million.
Well, that was in Bakersfield. Here in Santa Rosa, your
Yeah.
price, your house price and our house price almost run identically the same.
Yeah.
They rentals here start around what $2,300 to $2,500 a month just for rentals to start
Wow.
with. You can't even get
around here too.
you can't even get a 1-bedroom or a studio for under $1,000 a month.
That's insane.
Yeah, I mean you
Well, here for like a studio, you're talking like $1,600 easy.
yeah, that's probably run here too.
Yeah.
It's Bakersfield is always cheaper because it's not it's about 7 hours away from us, but it's in a valley, so it's not the property values aren't that great down there, so they don't
Right.
charge a lot for property. But when you get up to like Santa Rosa, where you're on the coastal area, yeah, that's prices go whoop.
Well, like
Through the roof.
when I owned my last house in the '80s in Burlington, I was right on the waterfront, and my land tax alone was $5,000 a year, and the house was paid for.
Yep, I believe it.
That's almost like paying rent.
Yeah. Well, anything that gets into the into your coastal regions, I mean, yeah, you're not gonna touch that for anything low
Like
enough
over
to
here,
survive.
you never own the land.
Oh, you don't buy the land there?
Oh, you don't own it.
Oh
The
shit.
government owns it.
Oh wow. So
So
if
if
you
they
buy,
want to, if they want to take 6 feet or 12 feet from your front property, they
Yeah.
can
oh wow.
because it's government.
So basically, when you can't actually just go buy property.
No.
Oh wow. That kind of blows. I mean,
Well, you can
I-
buy property, but the thing is, you're still going to pay taxes even if you pay for it.
well, yeah, but then they also have that authority to come in and say, well, we're taking 20 feet of that land to ourselves.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That sucks.
Happened to a friend of mine, and what they did is they took so much off from his front that the street landed right by his porch.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I don't see how that's even legal. If you actually bought the land, it's like, wow.
Yeah.
I would hate that.
Yeah.
See,
well,
at least here, if you buy land here, even the government can't take it from you, anything from you once you buy it here. That's the good thing. But
There's still, well, in the U.S., there's still eminent domain. I mean, if they need to put in a highway or something, they can still take the land, but they have to pay you fair market value.
yeah,
And you can fight it, and there have been plenty of cases where people fought it and actually won.
Yeah.
But
It's-
it's like in Colorado when they put in Denver when they added the light rail, they ended up having to buy like 300 homes along the highway corridor because they were putting in a light rail system and they were running the track along the side of the highway. So they had to buy a bunch of houses down this like 5-mile stretch.
yeah. Which in some cases they may look at the cost of it and think and basically go, it's not really cost effective for the amount
Yeah.
of money they got to spend out to buy the owners out just to put this in, because that's going to cost. I mean, that's a lot of money.
Yeah.
You know, if it's like maybe one house or two houses, yeah, maybe I can see them, not really blink an eye at that. But if they got to buy a crap load of homes, it's like, you're a lot of money going out for this light rail.
Well, the first house I bought I was only 19. It was a wartime house on
Mhm.
hectare and a half property. And I was holding off because the developer was buying all the land around me. And I held off to the end, and he paid me full top dollar for my
Nice.
place.
That's a good idea, actually, John.
And
That's
then
a really good
I
idea.
turned around and I paid cash for this house my second house.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
I'd love to do that.
But I tell you, renovations is expensive though.
Oh yeah. Oh god. Anytime you get into that, yeah, you're looking at. I mean, it also depends on what the renovation is, though, too. If it's cosmetic, you can kind of work with that. But if it's anything structural, you're looking at some serious cash.
Well, I had an open concept for the main floor, and they had to
Nice.
put a beam through the main floor,
Mhm.
and just to rent that freaking thing to put the beam in cost me a fortune.
Oh yeah, 'cause you got to put if you're open concept. As I used to build homes, you have to put in a center of support to
Yeah, yeah,
because there's no load bearing. You took all load bearing structures out for the entire roof.
yeah, yeah,
So yeah, you got to put a big old beam in there and some stand ups.
yeah,
Yeah, that's you start getting into that kind of stuff. It gets it gets pricey.
yeah. And then replacing all the windows
Yeah, that can bring you
because
a pretty penny.
my last house was 2,500 square feet, so it was a big house.
Oh yeah, my wife and I were talking about like flipping houses, like getting into flipping at one point in time.
Yeah,
But the thing about flipping, though, I mean, it's one of those things where I've seen it go south and I've seen it work well. And the most you can hope for if it doesn't work out is the least break even. Oh, what's that, Miguel?
This is the Panhard bar thing that I'm working on.
looks like a crankcase.
Yeah. Wow. That's all scratch built.
Yeah, so far.
Nice. Yeah, dude.
Cool.
I like that.
It's getting there.
But yeah, we were talking about that, and I've seen horror stories where the person like got their money back that they put into the house, but that didn't make any profit off it.
Yeah,
And it's like it's such a chancy thing that because you don't know when you buy a house to flip, you don't exactly know what you're buying.
no, that's for sure.
And sometimes you start getting into you think oh it's cosmetic, and then you start getting into the internals, and you're like oh shit this is structural.
All of a sudden, you find a bunch of structural rot or
Uh-huh. Or you start tearing down walls and you start seeing load-bearing structures or start decaying and floor joists are going out and it's like or electrical shot and then
Yeah.
your renovation prices went through the roof.
I used to do renovations in houses, and then when you go into the bathrooms and you tear a wall out, and you go, "Oh my God, look at
Oh
the
yeah.
moisture in here."
Oh god.
And
Yeah,
then you
behind
gotta, yeah, and then you gotta find out where the moisture is coming from
Yep.
because it could be anywhere.
Oh, and one thing
It
about
might not be
moisture
just in the bathroom.
no. And one thing about moisture in a bathroom is two things. First, that shit will carry up the wood, up the
Yeah.
drywall, and it'll go like I had an apartment complex where the toilet had a slow leak right around the wax seal.
Oh, okay.
Didn't know it had a leak. It was a very tiny leak, and what it was doing was it was going underneath the flooring. Because we were on concrete slab, so the water was going between the concrete and the linoleum floor. It went out to the walls, creeped up halfway up the wall, and then went into my kitchen that was next door, and actually
Yeah.
caused mold on my cabinetry in the kitchen. So they had
Wow.
to come in and tear out half of the walls, tear the floor out, tear out two of my cabinets and part of the wall, and clean everything up, put it back together again.
Yeah, it happened to a friend of mine. He bought a house and he had all termites in it.
Ooh, hey termites. That's
Yeah.
bad.
Oh yeah,
Those,
because you don't know where they're coming from, right?
well, no, and plus it's the fact they do so much damage so fast.
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, those little buggers, they waste no time. I've
Yeah, I
seen
used to
really,
flip. I used to flip cars, and I know what you're talking about. Flipping houses, flipping cars is the same way.
it's a chancy thing. I mean, a lot of people do it, and you can make money off it. It's definitely not
Yeah,
a impossibility, but it's not a for sure thing because each place you buy, you're like you're gambling.
Yeah.
And I don't want to gamble that kind of. That's a lot of money to be gambling away.
Yeah.
No, thank you. Maybe if I was retired and had plenty of money to work with, maybe I might consider it. But I still have to work for a living. I can't afford that shit.
Yeah, I used to have a friend of mine. He used to bring a flatbed over to across the border and pick up 3 or 4 cars,
Oh,
and
nice.
we would flip them.
Like older cars?
Yeah, like muscle cars like Camaros,
Oh, yeah.
Z28s, RS
Yep.
Camaros.
I would love just for fun, just to get a nice old Camaro and just restore it.
I had a '67 RS Camaro. I restored it myself right in my townhouse in the garage, and I even painted it in my garage.
Wow, that's hard to do in a garage because you need a
No kidding.
you need a special. I mean, you need a dust-free environment for that, and a
Yeah.
baking booth.
Well, not only that, like you have to put stuff against the walls, against the ceiling, so no dust gets in the paint and all
Yep.
sorts of shit.
How'd you did you bake it or just let it dry on its own?
No, I had special fans in the front of the garage.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I know traditionally they put them in a big old bake oven and just bake the paint in.
The
Traditionally.
newer paint, you don't have to do that.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
That saves a lot of time.
But the paint I used was a 3-stage paint, and I think the paint was like $1,500 at that time. Yeah, it was forest green.
Okay, but I bet the car came out beautiful though.
Oh yeah, I didn't even have the chance to drive it. My ex-wife got it,
Oh, that sucks.
and she didn't even drive. That's what killed me.
She could have let you keep it. I mean, come on.
No,
That's mean. It's like you didn't even drive the car. Just let me keep it.
I had that, and I had a '64 Caddy at the time, black
wow.
Caddy.
Caddies
Yeah.
are nice.
Oh yeah, that's when you go to the drive-in and you just stick everybody in the trunk.
Yeah, exactly. The truck could fit like what 6 bodies.
Yeah, pretty well. Yeah, pretty close to it. You can put a love seat in there.
Oh my god, those Caddies trunks. Oh my lord, just talk about spacious.
Well, especially if you sit in the seat, you sink right in.
Oh yeah, I used to have I forgot what year it was. Now it was an older. I think it was a 70 something Cougar XR7, and I'll tell you what, that car was a beast. I mean, solid steel bumpers, the engine, the hood. I could get into the engine compartment and work on the engine, and the trunk was just humongous.
Yeah.
The car was a tank. It may look like crap and it was falling apart, but I'll tell you what, it would take out any car today in a heartbeat.
Well, that's like when I had the '55 Chevy Gasser. You could stand right where the motor is and work on the motor.
Oh, yeah,
You don't have to hang over the fenders.
I love cars when you can get inside the engine compartment and actually work on it. Ooh, that looks good. Oh, I see. What
Yeah, that
is.
looks really good.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
I see. Damn, Miguel. Oh, sharp.
So you got one bar attaches to the right side frame rail, and the other bar attaches to the left side.
Yeah.
I love how you scratch built that frame, Miguel.
It's been fun.
Well, it looks just so awesome how you scratch built that. It really does.
I told you guys before, stop listening to me.
What do you mean?
What I mean.
Why would we stop listening to you?
When I think about it, even back in the day when I first started building, I never built a model out of the box. I don't even know what it means. Really.
I didn't. I actually just started getting into like scratch building this when I came back to model building when I was started watching YouTube videos on it, and learning how to scratch build stuff. Otherwise, before that, I just did out of a box.
God, when we were kids, we used to have garbage bags full of parts, and we would go to your friend's place, and we'd just go through the parts and trade parts. It was freaking great.
I can see that. I prefer scratch building some things, to be honest.
Just hold on. What's that? You have to do that. Put the fan on. Right there. There.
Yeah, I like to scratch build.
It's
I never scratch built until just recently. I modified things. You know, I would take a kit and I would adjust the ride height, and I would mix and match parts from kits. But I never scratch built anything until just the past few months.
I think my biggest scratch build adventure was probably when I did the flight pods for the Battlestar Galactica. That was my most extensive scratch building because I had literally nothing inside those flight pods, and I had to do a floor, ceilings, girders, and little pockets for the Vipers to fit into. That was probably my most challenging, and I just did it because I just wanted to see if I could do it. And shockingly enough, it actually came out pretty decently. It looks like a flight pod, but that was hard. But that was
I
my
enjoy
most-
it. I enjoy scratch building myself.
I love doing it. It was fun.
I'll tell you the same thing I told John, Rick, is you should do some quick little 4 or 5 minute videos just showing off your old models that you've built over the
It's not
years.
a bad idea. Yeah, I can do that. I can pull the models down and start. Yeah, that's not a bad idea, Miguel.
Yeah, because there's quite a few that I have that are not even on my channel.
Yeah, same here. I'll have to do that.
I bet a lot of people would get a kick out of that.
Let me give you
I've
guys
got one here that's like 50 years old.
Wow. I'm gonna give you guys
That's
an idea.
that's a Grumpy's toy.
Give you guys a brief idea of how big the 3D model that I'm printing up right now is going to be. This is just the front.
Huh.
This is the antenna array that fits up front of the ship.
Damn.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to build a doghouse for that.
Yeah, it's two parts. They snap together in the middle to form this thing right here, but this goes on the front of the ship, and literally the rest of it is like back here.
Damn.
Oh wow!
Yeah, this thing's monstrous. And
You ever see that guy Buckman? Buckman, I think his name is. He's doing a spaceship right now
Buckman.
from Star Trek. He goes
Buckmore?
live one. He goes live once in a while.
Oh, is he
It starts with a B. That's all I remember.
doing the Eagle Moss?
Yeah,
Okay, yes, I do follow him. Actually,
yeah.
he's actually building 2 models. He's building the Eagle Moss D that you can buy the parts for, and he's also
Yeah, that's the
building,
one. Yeah,
Yeah, but he's also building the original Enterprise D that came out back in the 80s that came with the fiber optics.
yeah. I saw that. I was watching that.
Yeah, That was my
that's gonna
first-
Be, that's going to be pretty big.
yeah, I built that fiber optic model years ago. That was my first lighted kit that I did, and it failed miserably. I screwed everything up on that thing badly.
I was thinking of starting using fibers for doing on the bikes and whatnot.
It'd be perfect on a bike with this
Or
scale.
on a
That'd
car.
be perfect. Yeah, you would probably go with like a 1mm fiber optic would be perfect.
Is it best to buy it online or?
Yeah, I buy mine online. I just type up fiber optics, and I think let me see here. I'll show you what I picked up.
Some are better than others, right?
I haven't really run across any bad fiber optics yet, but I'll kind of give you an idea of what I keep a supply of fibers. Like this is one thing I bought. It's like 100 foot of fiber optic. And it's a big old
Oh, okay, yeah,
like that, and then
yeah.
same thing with this one.
So
I
what
buy
do
it
you
by
do?
the-
You just put a light source to the end of it?
Yeah, you just take the end of the you take the fiber optic after you cut it, and you take the end of it and you just you butt it up against the very tip of your LED or SMD, whatever you're using,
Oh,
and
okay.
it'll transfer light all the way to the end, all the way to the end of it.
Do you have to use resistors for those lights?
Yeah, I do use 470 ohm resistors for those.
Well, it depends on your power supply.
Well, true. Yeah, if you're only running,
If you want to run a 3-volt power supply, then you're fine.
Yeah, you should be okay. Anything past 3 volts, though, you got to
Coin vote.
run. Yeah, anything past that, though, you got to run with the resistors. Those light bulbs only take up to, I think, max 3 watts before they blow.
Yeah. Coin battery.
Yeah,
2 millimeter
coin batteries
resistor.
work great.
Okay.
The thing with those lights, though, I mean, anything actually 3 watts is pushing the limit. They'll burn out faster
Right.
at
Right.
3 watts. But anything below that, you're fine. See, what I usually do with my fiber optics when I'm running a bundle of different lights is I take styrene tubing
So they can get this to work.
and I attach the tube around a bundle of fiber optic, and
Right.
then I take another piece of styrene that's bigger than the diameter of the LED.
You see
And
the
I
little light
slide-
there?
Yeah.
That's what it
That's
does.
Here, let me keep that up there, Russ. I'm going to bring you on full screen.
All right.
So you can see.
Can't see it really well.
There you go. Okay, you're up.
I'm up.
You're up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's pretty
really bright.
small. That's pretty
Yeah.
small.
That's what she said.
I hope not.
You're in trouble, Miguel.
Oh, Miguel.
I make
He must be saying that because he's all alone at home.
I ran when I did my Star Destroyer build. I ran a bunch of fiber optic strips. They're only about like yay long, and
Oh, yeah.
I shoved them in all of the ports for the lights or for the windows that I drilled out, and the internal light just carried through that fiber optic, and it made them perfectly. You can see them any angle you were looking at.
Yeah, I worked with, I don't know if you remember, Drano wheat bulbs.
Mm-hmm.
Mm,
But they were bigger than those little ones that you guys showed me. And I put in a tractor trailer for Eddie Hill's drag team.
okay.
But I did that quite a while ago. And it worked out good. And I won first place at a model show with it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Well, you do good work, John. Your models come out beautiful.
Thanks.
Love it. But yeah, fiber optics. That's on for a car or motorcycle would be perfect.
Mm-hmm.
I think. I hear someone scraping away there.
Me.
What are you scraping away?
Surround sound. Surround sound.
Rick, the Vulcan shuttles that come with this kit?
Yeah.
The bottoms for them
Yeah.
do not fit at all, so I have to sand them down pretty good to get them flush.
You would think that a kit that costs that much money, those shells would fit.
I could say that about a lot of things.
Oh, that's
start out
true.
with. You
Yeah.
would think.
Yeah, true. That's
That happens with
I recant that.
The motor house for like a car, same thing.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of
I
times you have to take those nipples off because they don't line up.
yeah. I recant that
Especially
statement.
Especially the transmission.
Yeah, I don't think I've had a model yet that didn't require some sort of scraping. Even the newest, the one I just finished, the
Oh yeah.
the Disco Prize, the Disco Enterprise. Me and Russ had to actually take a knife and sand down the belly because the two halves when they fit together were like this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a huge step.
Yeah, so I had to take my hobby knife and just scrape till I leveled it out.
Oh, the funny thing is the top lined up fine.
Yeah, the top was great, but the lower section
Yeah.
there was that big old step right there. It's like,
Mm-hmm.
what the fuck?
Well, that's
And you
like
couldn't-
the motor house. Like sometimes you have the pins on it,
Yeah,
and the motor house is like this.
yeah, I've seen that happen.
So
So,
I-
you got to
so
cut
I-
the pins off.
I always cut the pins off, no matter what.
Yeah, a lot of times you just cut those alignment pins out. The house will meet just fine.
Yeah. Yeah. Less sanding too.
True. Yeah, no, God, I forgot how much I had to scrape off that belly of that ship just to get that damn step out of there. Luckily, there was no detail on that section. It was just all clear or flat plastic, and I was
Right.
able to sand it and shave it off. But if there had been detail there, gone. They had no more detail.
Well,
I'd had a
lucky-
scribe.
lucky you didn't flatten that bow that's down there because it's a cylinder.
Yeah, no, that was I was dreading doing that, but it was like I'd rather attempt it than leave that step in there like that. That step was just crazy.
No, it was nuts.
Yeah, that was a hard. That was a hard. You wouldn't, and the decals would not have fit over that right.
No, there's that nice big decal that goes right across the center too.
Yep, and that's when you got to put on first because you got to cut the hole out for the rod to
Stand.
go through.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, Miguel, when are you gonna build that funny car, that mad one, with the decals?
I'm not.
I wanna see you do it.
I'll be right back, guys. I'm gonna get some coffee.
I'm pillaging that kit for this build. I
Oh,
have
okay.
I have half a dozen of them downstairs though. I mean, I could build one, but I don't have any interest in building it. You're just trying to challenge me because of those crazy decals, and that's it. That kit.
I only seen one person so far do that kit with those decals. And I can imagine how much decal setting solution you had to use. But some of the NASCAR kits are like that too, though.
Yeah.
That they have like a wraparound decal on it.
Yep.
No thanks. Oh wow.
So you see the little bracket on the side rail.
Yeah, yeah.
So those two pins will meet, and then I'll put another one up here
Huh.
to meet the upper one.
You're rocking and rolling, Miguel.
It'll get there.
Oh, I'm sure you will. Well, you don't have too much to do to that truck still, do you? That 66? Like
Gotta
a new
do
one?
all the interior and the engine.
But majority of it is done, though.
Well, I would say probably the hardest stuff is done.
Yeah,
The stuff that's left is all the tedious stuff.
right.
I'll work on that as soon as I finish this.
I just want to get this bike off my table. Will be another 20 years before I build another one. It's raining pretty good here today. Again.
We had storms the past few days.
Yeah, we did too. Every time we get a little storm, the power goes out.
Yeah, our power went out yesterday, early morning. About 1 a.m. It was out for about 5, 6. That was about 6 or 7 hours.
Yeah. I remember once I lived in New Brunswick, we had a blackout for 3 days. No power
Damn.
for 3 days.
That's crazy.
And that was in the winter time. And I don't know if you know New Brunswick, it is freaking cold. Like 50 below zero?
Yeah, that's pretty freaking cool.
Yeah. God, I went down to the variety store. It's only like a 5-minute walk from my place, and I had frostbite already.
Damn.
That's how cold it was. I don't miss it either.
Yeah, that's just too cold.
Yeah, this past winter here hasn't been that bad, really. We hardly had any snow at all.
Are you new to that city that you're in, John?
I've been here 14 years, somewhere around there.
Okay.
I lived in New Brunswick for 5. I lived in Boston for 5. And I lived in Holland for 3 years. So I've been around. The only reason I left Boston, the person I stayed with, he passed away. So
How did you see your son when you were living in Boston?
oh no, that was before he was born.
Oh,
Yeah. The good old days. Hey Rick, Ernie put his email in chat.
Oh, okay.
That's his email.
Oh, got it. Cool. Thank you, Ernie. Let me.
I don't know about you guys, but it's hard to stick to the hangout and then watch the chat at the same time.
Yeah, no, I definitely have a hard time doing that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Now,
Huh.
try and copy this. No.
I think Steve is a bad influence on us. There's a bad vibe coming from him. That's what's happening.
It's all Steve's fault. We'll blame Steve. Okay, I'll just write it down so I don't forget it.
Yeah, he's gonna show his hobby room the next time we go.
Steve is?
Yeah. It's only 24 by 12 and it's full. Just tell you that. So you can imagine how many kits he has.
That's insane.
He doesn't even know what he has. But he's very well organized. I gotta say that.
I almost tried taking medication this morning. My wife would have killed me.
That's one thing I'm not organized, that's for sure.
I try to stay organized as best as possible, but looking around my desk right now, I'm not there.
Yeah.
I've got a model over here on top of a container with all 3D printed parts. I have a schedule for work over here, and I've got a bunch of bottles and a bunch of stuff on my airbrush station back of me. I'm not organized. I am so unorganized right now.
I'm thinking of getting one of those microwave stands for my spray booth. Because I don't use it every day.
With a turntable.
No, I just want a microwave stand with wheels on it so I can wheel it out when I don't need it.
That's a good idea, actually.
You know, and then that way you got cupboards underneath. You can put all your paints in a cupboard.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
You know,
I changed my setup. I used to have an extension attached to my workbench for the airbrush station, but I made it too wide.
Right.
And when I have a set of drawers on the left side of my desk underneath, and I was like cramped. I couldn't move my legs without hitting the drawers. So I had to take the extension. The extension was a separate unit, so I had to take the extension out and put a smaller desk in that was less wide, so I had room. Which works well. It's basically a computer desk that I just have my airbrush station mounted on, so it works.
Now I got one of those fold-up tables you have for banquets.
Yeah.
And it's all plastic.
Oh, nice.
And that's what I use for my hobby table.
Actually, not bad.
I got them on sale for like $35. So
Yeah,
you can't go wrong with that.
You can get some nice ones too that are actually decent.
Yeah.
I think I paid like $50 for my desk. It's a used office furniture.
Oh, sweet. You can get some good deals off like when they do like business closeouts.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Well, there's a used office furniture place that I frequent. They sell office chairs for I think $40 unless you buy 2 or more, then they're $35.
Okay, that's not bad.
Desks you can get for anywhere from $30 to $70 depending on what it is.
That's not bad considering that office furniture stuff is usually pretty durable, and those chairs are usually pretty nice chairs.
Yeah, it's always like high
end
stuff. Durable stuff is what I'm trying to say.
Plus, you get some that are like ergonomically, good for the back and
yeah,
stuff like that. So
usually works out pretty good.
I always wanted one of those roll up desks that has a
I
roll
used
up
to I used to
thing to
have one of
cover.
those.
Yeah, I
Yeah, I
think
had
they
one.
are pretty neat.
I had one of those when I was married to my second wife. I had one in my office. I forgot whatever happened to that darn thing, but yeah, I used to love that thing. You just roll the top up and you had all the
Yeah,
cabinet drawers inside of it.
yeah,
Those are nice desks, actually. Old
yeah.
style, but nice.
It probably still wouldn't be organized though.
I can see
Uh,
that.
yeah.
Oh my god, I gotta take this thing off the printer. Ugh. I love my print plate on my one 3D printer. You
Oh, that's all right.
just
I
break it
know
off.
some people have to use a scraper to get it off.
Yeah, usually, like I have, if you have a glass bed, you have to use a scraper. But this is a new. This comes with the Neptune 2. It's called a flex bed, and it's really rigid, but you can give it a good bend and pop your part right off.
Oh, that's all right.
But yeah, it's like a little. I mean, this thing's terrible shit. Came with the printer too, which I was happy about.
Yeah.
And print this tiny little part.
I guess you gotta reset the beds once in a while on those printers too, eh?
Yeah.
Calibrate.
I have to level mine out. They say once you level it, you're done for a while, but with these, it's a metal bed, so every time you heat it and it cools, it expands and contracts.
Right, right.
So there are times when, yeah, I mean, I probably level mine out probably every couple of weeks. I'll get in there and recalibrate the distance because it inevitably will throw itself off eventually.
Right, right.
Come on, peel off the damn thing.
Yeah, my son wants me to get a 3D printer.
What does he want to print?
I don't know. He didn't say. He just wants me to get one. And probably me do all the work.
I mean, if you want to get your hands wet on the 3D print, you can always go with the cheaper of the printers, just like an entry level, like this Neptune 2 that I have. Actually, is considered an entry level printer because it's under $200, and it works really well for entry level. It's really nice, but
So that's
it's a good.
that's American price. Canadian,
Yeah.
it'll probably be 300.
I don't know. I mean, you look on eBay, or I mean not eBay. I mean Amazon.
Yeah.
I mean, this is one of those printers where if you're just getting into the hobby, that's going to start with.
Right, right.
I mean, I've been doing it long enough where I got the little more advanced one. I got like the CR10, which is a much bigger printer. In fact, the CR10 is this. Let me go full screen. I'll show you
Oh, wow.
That's the CR10, the green one. That's a monster. That's the Neptune, the smaller of that, and then below are my two smaller vendors, and then over there is there's my resin setup, resin printers.
Wow.
So
It's like a hobby room in itself.
yeah, it's my little that's my 3D printing corner, as I call it now.
So that resin is on the spools. Is that all different or? they're
Yeah,
all-
the spools are PLA. That's the PLA filament, and that's different, like different colors. The resin, if I'm doing resin printing, the resin comes in this.
Oh, okay.
This stuff stinks to holy hell. This, you have to wear a mask when you pour this stuff because the smell is just will knock on your ass.
Wow.
It stinks. But the good plus is, I mean, you get detail like that
Yeah,
from
yeah.
a resin printer, so it's kind of cool. It's a trade-off.
Well, that's true. It's just like, spraying 2K clear. You just close your door and then stay out of your room for a little while. Then that smell
Right.
will go away.
Yeah, it's each has a good point, and then they have their bad points. But my main thing is, I think honestly, the good points outweigh the bad. To be honest, Like the
Well,
2K clear, it comes out really nice.
Well,
So
that's
it's
like,
worth
yeah, but that's like nail polish. I rather spray the 2K clear all day than nail polish anytime. Because that polish is potent. I tell you, the smell of that, as soon as you open the lid, you can smell it.
Well, shoot. I mean, it's yeah. I mean, I've been around my wife when she uses her nail polish, and the whole room smells like nail polish.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like, ugh.
And I'm surprised the women don't complain about that, but they complain when you spray it.
It's like, have you smelled your nail polish remover lately?
Yeah.
It stinks. Actually, my wife's more of a Tom girl. I mean, she does nail polish once in a blue moon, but she's more or less the kind of girl that doesn't like putting on makeup unless she has to. She's not a girly girl.
Yeah, but a lot of women, they look better without the makeup, to be honest with you.
True.
You know,
Yes.
I find when a woman starts putting too much makeup on, then they're hiding something. Like the craters in their face or whatever you want to talk.
A good example of that. My ex sister-in-law, which I can't stand. I seen her once without her makeup on. I actually looked at my wife. I looked at my wife and I said, "Honey, who's that on the couch?" She goes, "That's Stacy." I'm like, "No, it's. Oh shit, it is. Oh my god." It's like, she looked totally different. I didn't recognize her. I was like, "Who's this strange woman laying on our couch in our house?" It's like that's Stacy. It's like, oh god.
Well, that's like my ex-wife at one time. Like I went to bed first, and then when I woke up in the morning, she had this fucking mask on her face, and I saw that, and I almost fell right out of her freaking bed, man. Fucking scared the living crap right out of me.
I can see you now, John. You just like free covers go flying. You roll out of your bed.
Fuck, unbelievable.
That's true though. I mean, some women they need to wear makeup. It's like you
Yeah.
need to put that on. That's funny though. But yeah, I honestly did not recognize her. It's like my wife said, "Are you serious?" I'm like, I don't recognize her.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like, that's Stacy.
Well,
It's
that's like my brother. My brother, I haven't seen in a long time. But when my dad passed, he was whatever they call that handles the money and gives it to the individuals of the family.
Executor.
Oh, the executive.
Executor. And when I saw him, I go, "Who the hell are you?" Because I hadn't
wow.
seen him in a while, eh? And like he's younger than me, 10 years younger than me. But when I saw him, he looks 10 years older than me.
Wow.
Because he drinks every day, eh? He'll drink a case of 2-4, no problem.
Yeah, that drinking and drugs will seriously age you.
Yeah.
No doubt about that.
Well,
Well-
that's what he does. He drinks and he smokes pot a lot. So
Well, it's like where I work at. You know, I see people coming in that they look like they're in their like mid or late 60s,
yeah,
and then I look at the information sheet of the person and I'm like, oh, they're only 50 or 40. It's like, what? And you look at the person and you're like, you look about 20 years older. And it's just when you're hard on your body like that, you pay the price.
I get a lot of people that come up to me and says, "No way, you're 64." They think I'm in my 50s.
That's good. Holds your age well.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people at work, when I tell them I'm 50, they're like, "No, you're not." It's like, "Yeah, I am." How old do you think I am? They're like, "Oh, mid 40s." I'm like, "Oh, I like you." It's like, "No, I'm 50. Got two grandchildren. One's 5 and one's going on 6."
Wow.
And then my youngest is just turned 1 not too long ago.
She's
Huh.
6 already. Oh my god.
Almost. I
Wow.
know. Bonnie? Oh my god.
She's
Bonnie's
6,
growing
girl.
like a weed. That girl is growing like a weed, man.
Hmm.
My 2 princesses. Oh god. I'm trying to keep track of all these parts.
kids grow pretty fast. That's for sure.
Yeah, God, they do. That's why I tell, like, I got a couple of friends that just had children. It's like enjoy the time now because they grow very fast and they'll be gone before you know it.
Oh yeah, yeah.
All right. One page done of parts. Oh my God, 5 more to go. Oh God.
Yeah, that was like Josh doing that big figure he's doing. I think it was that many parts too to print off.
Well, I like how the guy did this. He literally broke this entire ship down into a model kit. Is basically what he essentially did, with instructions,
cool.
parts list, and everything. So it's a great idea for the size because this is a big ship and this is going to be awesome. And I love it. Just there's so many parts. It's like wow.
Huh.
I mean, I see this being the future one day of models. Just literally, they send you a file and you print the booklet out and you print the parts and you put it together. I really see that being the future of model building.
Yeah, there's a guy Ed's Garage, I think is his channel, and he's doing a spaceship and he's scratch building the whole thing.
Oh
There's
wow!
like the shuttle.
Yeah.
I think. And then he scratch built all the compartments in it.
Ooh,
Yeah.
I love watching a scratch build.
I think that's his name, Ed's Garage.
I think I've
He's-
heard. I've seen
He's
Ed's
an older,
Garage.
he's an older guy. I
Yeah,
think
I've seen him.
yeah.
I'll tell you what. Some of these scratch build ships they do are outstanding.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yes.
Ernie had to go to work. That's what he said.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
I got his email, so I'll shoot him up those files again. I have to take this darn stand that I put this thing on.
All
I
right.
gotta take it to my garage and I gotta trim it because the box I thought was true. Nope, it's not.
Huh.
I put the piece on and I'm like, it overlaps here, completely overlaps up here, and it's like, and I measured the box with a caliber, and yeah, this box out of square. So, time to get on my orbital sander and true it up.
Well, lucky you made it bigger than it's too small.
Yeah, I'm thankful that it actually turned out that way because I would have teed if I had to reprint this whole piece again. This piece took me a while to print,
Yeah, I bet.
but my plan is to.
How many layers would that be, roughly?
This was about 4 millimeters thick.
Wow. That's quite a few layers then.
Yeah, it's a little bit. I mean, it's pretty decent. I mean, it's not. The idea is once I get this thing totally encased in these panels, I'm gonna prime it and paint it black. Then I'm gonna dry brush some silver and some like copper over the whole thing, just to kind of make it look a little weathered and used.
So what kind of washes do you like to use, Rick?
A couple different ones. I use a lot of the Tamiya panel washes. I got some of Flory Models washes because they're water soluble. The other washes I just use craft paint. I dilute it down like this one is just I diluted black,
Okay.
a little bit of brown mixed with it, and I just really make it watery. And I got a little ball bearing in there to keep it agitated.
Yeah, I buy my ball bearings from AK Interactive,
Yeah, I
and
got
and they come in a jar like this, of
Yeah.
200 of them
nice.
for like $5.
Yeah, I think I picked up a set of bearings from my hobby store the last time I was down there. From my Vallejo paints.
I'll show you what I got.
Yep.
These ones here, Rick,
Oh, sweet. Okay.
and there are about 200 of them in there,
Nice.
and they're
Those-
for $5.
Oh, yeah. No, those are nice.
I put two in each pot. That's
Uh-huh.
what I do.
I bought some from my hobby store. They were small enough to in these guys here, the little Vallejo bottles,
Oh, okay.
because these paints you have to agitate them.
Yeah, I
After
know.
a while.
I've got a few of them, and if you don't use it for a while and you squeeze it, nothing comes out, and then you squeeze it too hard. And
Yep,
that's
I've done it. Ooh. Let me get you out there,
cool.
Miguel. Let me put you on main.
Dang.
Wow.
Wow. Damn, dude. That's looking sharp.
Nuts. It's nuts.
Yeah, but it's like, when it's done, it's going to look beautiful.
Thanks.
No,
How did
what
you
the-
curve? How did you curve the styrene? The way you did that? Did you heat it?
No, I don't ever heat the styrene at all. Most of the time, like if it's a sharp bend,
Mhm.
I'll use my thumbnail, and then I literally just put a curve in it. I'll go like 90 degrees, and then let it relax.
What about if like the complete U, like you did in the center?
For those, I'll take something like, let me see here. I'll take like my X-Acto blade, X-Acto
Okay.
knife, and then I'll literally just bend it,
Oh, sweet. And it didn't break it.
and I go over bend it so that it'll, when it relaxes, it's a little bit tighter of a curve.
Okay. There you go. You just. Oh,
And
sweet.
then-
Okay. There you go. I
Yeah,
would thought
it's-
that would have broken.
No, this stuff is pretty flexible. I don't have any issues bending it. I know a lot of guys will use like a candle and flame and
Like a heat
know,
gun.
yeah, do whatever they need to do to melt the plastic, and that works really good. In the sense that when you bend it, it's set. It stays in that bend, whatever
Yeah.
the bend angle is. The only problem with that is I tend to over melt it. I can never get it perfect. I either melt it too much or not enough. And if you melt it too much, then you ruin the whole part and you gotta start over.
Yeah.
I can never get it to work using flame. So I
It's-
found using this styrene, I had really good luck bending it this way. I never have any issues.
Wow.
The most problem I have is you can see I bent a complete U, but it relaxes, so it's like not a perfect U. So you have
Yeah.
to bend it a little bit extra. And so I'll just like gently come in here and try to tighten it up a little bit.
Plus, if you tie it in that position for a while with something, it might
Yeah.
actually just start.
That's another thing that I did. Like for the drive shaft loops that are in the center here.
Yeah.
I have these tiny little black rubber bands I got at the craft store. I don't have one handy, but they're like half an inch in circumference or
I
diameter.
have some of those actually.
Yeah. So I'll put those on the rounded part to hold it into the perfect angle. Then I'll glue it in, and then once the glue sets after a few hours and it's strong enough, I'll add some sprue glue in there to reinforce it. And then once the sprue glue dries, then I can cut the rubber bands off.
Good idea. Yeah, this came out beautiful.
Yeah, I use those rubber bands for fan belts.
Yeah, that's definitely a good use for them.
I think I got a pack of those rubber bands floating around one of my drawers.
Yeah, I bought them at the dollar store. They're hair ties for women.
And the ones I use are these tiny little. I mean, you could see they're tiny little craft. And let me change my focus.
Oh yeah.
Little tiny little rubber bands. I mean,
Yeah, that's the ones I got.
Yep.
and
got some of those.
they come in a bag of like 800 of them. And you
Yep.
get them at I got them at I think Michael's or maybe it was Hobby Lobby, one of the two. And they're intended to be used in a craft where you like stretch it over. They have like a little a plastic frame that has like hooks on it, and you make little rubber band art things. They have all kinds of different colors, and I just thought the black ones would be useful, so I bought a bag of them. That's like
Yeah.
$3 or $4 for a whole bag.
They last forever though.
Yeah, I mean, I'll never run out of those.
No.
I'll let you plan to tie your hair up.
Yeah, right.
I got.
Unless my wife finds a use for them, and then they'll disappear a little at a time.
I used to
Yeah,
have a whole bunch of these. I only got 5 left. Where the hell go?
yeah, my son's bad for that. Yeah,
Well,
he'll take tools away from the hobby area and then he'll put it somewhere, and he forgets where he puts them, and I have to look for them.
She won't just take them. I mean, she'll ask first, but I'm just saying if she finds a use for them, they'll get used.
Yeah.
Usually, my wife, I'll be sitting. Well, she'll be at her craft area, and she'll be like, "Honey, do you happen to have a tool that will take care of this?" And I'm like, I look up, I'm like, "What do you think?" She goes, "Yeah." Turn around, pull my drawer out. Here you go.
Huh.
She just automatically just goes, "I need a tool for this." It's like, okay, here you go.
This is what you want.
I said, "This is what you need. Go buy this for yourself." Yeah, she's got a desk like mine. I built her a big old L-shaped desk for her corner of the room so she can do her craft work. She does a lot of hobbies and crafts. Ugh. This resin is still sticky. I need to cure it.
What kind of craft work does she do?
Oh, she does. Let me look over her stuff here. She does a lot of like. She does picture frames.
Oh, like scrapbook or
Yeah,
whatever it's
she
called.
does some scrap. She does scrapbooking, but she also does picture frames where she'll buy these frames, just the plain wooden frame from like Michaels, and then she'll add like lettering on it or names or different decorative pieces and paint them. What else does she do?
Like,
I mean,
like folk art? Like a folk art painting?
yeah, the craft paint. Yeah, I built her an entire rack for all of her craft paints, but she does kind of a little bit of everything. I mean, she's got a bunch of different like she'll decorate glass bottles. Um, she's got some LED stuff she works with, but I mean, it really is a pretty broad range of what she does craft wise. She does a lot of different crafts.
Cool.
Her area is like loaded with all kinds of junk for crafting. A lot of times I'll go over and say, "Honey, I need this color of craft paint," and she usually has it. So, but yeah, she all kinds of stuff. Me, I'm just down to plastic models and 3D printing. They're just my two primaries. Which right now that's enough for me, because I've got my room packed over here with junk. Which I need to clean up one of these years. Won't be today though. Today's my day off.
Huh. Every day is my day off.
I wish I could retire. I'd be so happy if I could.
Well, I had no choice.
I would love to be able to retire right about now. I love it.
Yeah, well, they cut my hours so much, it was not even worth going back to work anymore.
Oh yeah, well there's a point where it's like, yeah, I mean after what they take out in taxes, you don't get nothing.
No.
Like, what's the point?
Well, I was working almost 40 hours a week, and they knocked it down to 10 hours a week.
Oh god, you can't do anything on 10 hours a week.
No. No. I make more money now sitting at home, sitting on my fat ass. So,
Oh yeah, I mean god, 10 hours a week, that don't even cover nothing.
no. That'd be like buying a case of beer of 6 and having a straw so the beer will last longer.
Yeah, that's pointless. Hey, have you guys seen anything from Michelle lately, by the way?
No.
No.
I haven't
No.
seen anything from her lately at all.
Usually she has a live stream on Mondays. I haven't seen anything.
Oh, here have I. I was kind of wondering about that.
Yeah,
I know
'cause she was going to be doing it more often, from what I heard.
Yeah, well, the last live stream I watched for hers, I guess she had to leave. She had to move out of her house that she was in.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yes. She, I guess, I don't know what the deal was, why, but she said that she had to move out of her house and she was looking at going into like a motorhome and kind of go on the road and do live broadcast from a motorhome.
Oh, I remember her saying that she was going to go do, like go live in a like some kind of a camper or something. But I just assumed that was like an adventure thing, like she was getting into like adventure camping or whatever.
Well, that's what I thought at first too, and then she said that she had to leave her move out of her house that she's in. Um, I guess cost price reasons, I'm not sure, but past that, I haven't seen anything else from her lately. So, oh, that cracked about 3 times.
Shit.
But
I'm trying to get this other rod in. It's not cooperating.
I better not forget to let Sarah know that Terry's doing okay. You can't go in the hobby room anymore, eh, Miguel?
Who, Terry?
Yeah. Yeah, you can't go in the hobby room anymore.
Because of his breathing?
Yeah.
oh, Terry, I know who you're talking about now. That's
Yeah.
not who Terry is.
Hobby barn.
Hobby
Yeah.
barn?
Yeah.
You seeing oxygen?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, he just got back out of the hospital too, so
Oh, jeez,
yeah.
that's rough. Ugh. I know my wife's cousin. They had to pull the plug on him yesterday.
Oh, that's too bad.
He was
Yeah.
he was on an ATV, wasn't wearing a helmet, and he flipped the ATV, and the way he landed on his head, major brain damage or trauma, and they didn't think he was going to make it through surgery. He did, but then a couple days after surgery, all brain activity ceased, and basically at that point, once brain activity is gone, it's like they said his brain's gone. His body's
Yeah.
being kept alive by life support.
Right.
So they had to pull the plug on him.
That's too bad. Sorry to
No,
hear
I came downstairs and Chris was down there. She was crying. I was like, oh no. I said, your cousin? She goes, yep. It's like shit. All right. Because
Yeah, sorry to hear that.
oh, thank you guys. Yeah, we were hoping. I mean, there's one thing they said if he did happen to survive, which was going to be a sheer miracle, he would end up being a vegetable anyway because there was so much brain damage they couldn't fix it. So
Yeah.
maybe it was, not to sound cold, but maybe it was a good thing for him that it just stopped brain activity instead of living your life as a vegetable.
Yeah, that's what my dad had to do to my mom when she was in a hit and run.
Oh god,
I have no
that's
idea.
rough.
Yeah, she would have been a vegetable, and my dad says no. I'm gonna have to pull the plug on her because she wouldn't like it. She would hate me for the rest of my life.
Well,
So.
it's a quality of life thing. I mean, if
Yeah,
you don't have the quality of life, then the humane thing to do is to not make them suffer like that.
no,
I
no,
wouldn't want to. I mean, honestly, I told my wife, I said, if that ever happened to me and I was a vegetable, pull that damn plug. I'm not a vegetable. I'm not going to sit
No.
here and stay alive just
No.
for people to come and see me.
right.
Heck with that.
Yeah,
If I can't get up and walk out of that hospital, no,
no.
not happening.
And that probably was the hardest thing my dad had to do.
I can imagine. I
Yeah,
could not
because-
imagine doing that to my wife. I could not
Right.
imagine being the one to have to do that to my wife. That's
Because they were together for 65 years. So
Oh wow.
yeah,
Yeah, I told my wife, if anything ever happens to me, if I'm in the hospital or if I die, you do whatever's easiest for you. I have no desire to, manipulate anything beyond a time when I'm conscious and able to make my own decisions. So whatever's easiest for you, whatever, decisions you make, that's entirely up to you.
Yeah.
My
It's-
only request is military burial.
it's hard being on the other end of that decision making.
Yep.
I don't know if I could ever. I don't know if I mean. I know I could, but man, I would never want to have to make that decision.
No,
Ooh.
no. No, it can't be easy, that's for sure.
I can't imagine not having my wife around at all. To be honest with you, I mean, she's been with me for the last 16 years. It's like I can't imagine life without her.
Yeah. Yeah, the person I was with in New Brunswick, I was supposed to marry her, but she died in my arms.
I remember you telling me about that one.
Yeah.
I know that was hard. That would have
Oh yeah.
that would have thrown me. That would knock me down. Dude, to be honest, I'm not gonna
Oh.
handle that.
I didn't even stay for the funeral. I just left.
That's hard. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah. There's one thing to lose someone, just like things don't work out, but when they sit there and die in your arms, it's like God. I can't imagine being in that position either.
No. And the funny part is, she went to see the doctor before that, about a week before, and he says there's nothing wrong with you. And then they found out she had a blood clot in her brain. That's how she died.
Wow.
That happened to my my aunt. Her leg was bruising up really bad, and she went to see the doctor, and so the doctors gave her an anticoagulant, to thin her blood so that the bruising in her thigh would clear up, and sure enough, it cleared up. But one of the clots that was in her leg went to her brain. She had a stroke and died.
Oh Jesus.
Yeah, my
blood
uncle.
clots are no joke.
Funny thing is, I say funny in that it's interesting, not that it's humorous, but it's her husband that passed away this day before yesterday, my uncle.
Oh, I'm sorry, Miguel.
Oh,
Yeah.
I mean, I appreciate that. We weren't super close, so I'm not like torn up about it, but probably be traveling to Denver for a funeral this week. If things work out. I dropped a freaking piece of styrene. I can't find it.
I think right up until now, I've lost pretty much every member of my family except for my brother and my aunt. Yeah, because my uncle passed away about, I want to say 6-7 years ago. My dad already passed away 20 some years ago, and then my mom just this. Well, it's not been a year yet, but close. Yeah, it's like the only thing left is my aunt. She's senile because she's 85, almost 90, so she's senile. So the only members of my family that are immediate family are just my brother and I. That's about it. Now I do have a half brother, 2 half brothers, 2 half sisters that still carry the same last names, but I haven't spoken to them since I was knee-high to a grasshopper. So I've looked them up and saw where they're at. They got kids and grandkids of their own at this point. But
Yeah.
Immediate family, yeah, it's just my brother and I. He's the only person I communicate with that are close. So it's weird. We're an Italian family too, and we used to be a big family. But man, it's amazing how small that family got real fast.
Yeah, it doesn't take long.
Nope. I remember
Yeah,
growing up.
I got a brother and a sister.
Yeah, I got one brother, but I remember growing up, being an Italian family. Man, when they have family dinners, man,
Oh, yeah.
oh my God, that dining room table was just filled. I mean, we had my aunt, my uncle, my cousin, my nephews, my grandmother, my mom, my dad, and my brother. It was just like that table was packed.
Yeah. Well, that was like when we went to Holland. My mom comes from 17 sisters and 1 brother.
Oh wow.
Damn, I thought my mom came from a large family.
And my
My mom
dad
had-
only had 1 brother. That was it.
Oh,
My
jeez.
mom was one of 10.
Wow, that's pretty good size too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, my
I'll be
wife.
back in a minute.
Cold winters. Cold winters.
I'll be back in a minute, gents. I need to use the restroom.
Yeah.
Well, I think my wife comes from. See, she had 2 brothers. One passed away, but she had two brothers and two sisters, so she was one of five. And my mother-in-law wanted to have more kids, and my father-in-law was like, "No, five is enough," because there was three girls and two boys. She goes, "We're done."
Yeah.
She's
Yeah,
like, "But I want some more kids."
The funny part is, when I went to Holland, I didn't know all my cousins or my nephews or my nieces or whatever.
Mhm.
So I go to this bar and I meet this girl, and I was going with her for about 6 months, and I said, "Well, maybe it's time you met my parents."
Oh no.
Sure enough, she was my cousin.
Oh no.
And what happened was, my mom goes, "Come in the kitchen. I want to talk to you for a minute." And I go, "Yeah? Do you know who that is?" I said, "No. That's your cousin. You didn't do anything with her, did you?" Oh, God, my face turned every color of the rainbow, I tell you.
Oh my god. I can't.
Yeah.
What was her reaction when she found out?
Oh, she was pretty pissed.
Oh god. It's
Really
like,
pissed.
yeah, man. I can imagine going up to your girl and saying, I think we need to end our relationship
Yeah.
because you're my cousin." Ah! It's like, what?
Yeah. Well, that's a problem, you know. Like my mom coming from 17 sisters and one brother.
Yeah. Oh my god. But the odds of meeting someone just happen to be
Yeah.
your cousin.
Unbelievable.
God, I would have I would have run. I would have left the house. I'm like, I gotta leave. I'm done. I can't do this.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Especially if we had actually gone as far as actually sleep together. Oh no.
So I tell
Oh,
you, living in Holland was a good experience, though.
I hear Holland's beautiful.
Well, I've been all through Europe. What I did is I banked my hours.
Mhm.
So I worked 2 years straight. So any overtime that I worked, that was banked hours. So I took 1 year off and I traveled all through Europe. They paid my way.
Nice. Very
Yeah.
nice.
I
I bet
went
that was
on a
one.
I went on a motorcycle all through Europe.
Oh, beautiful. I bet that was gorgeous.
Yeah. I was only 18.
Wow. That'd be cool just to get on a bike and ride all through Europe like that. That'd be awesome.
Yeah. The worst part I had was taking a boat over the North Sea. You want to talk about waves? That
Oh.
thing had waves.
Oh god. Seasick?
No.
Oh.
No. I was on the deck having a beer, and everybody else was down in the gully or whatever you want to call it. Oh yeah. Didn't bother me none.
Yes, I don't get seasick either. I've been on first time I was on a boat. We hit some really really choppy water, and
That
the
was
guy next to me was
6.5 hours on the boat.
wow.
And Mick Jagger and Keith Richards were on the same boat I was on.
Oh, nice! Did you meet him?
Yeah. Yeah. I got a
Sweet.
I got free tickets to see a whole bunch of concerts while I was there.
Oh man, lucky!
Yeah.
That is awesome.
Yeah. Keith
That sounds
Richards
like-
was right out of it. He was stoned or wherever.
That sounds like fun though. I mean, this being on an open bike riding through Europe though, that sounds amazing.
That's where I saw Alice Cooper the first time.
Oh,
Was in England.
nice.
Welcome to My Nightmare.
Yes. Oh,
With
I
the-
love the video
with
of that.
with the guillotine on the stage.
Uh huh.
Oh yeah.
Beautiful.
But he cut his head off, and he's walking around with holding his head in his hand. Everybody thought it was real too.
How he pulled that off, I'll never know.
And
I mean,
he's a magician, eh? He was a magician before he became a singer.
that explains a lot of his stage tricks.
Yeah, yeah,
I did not know that.
yeah,
That explains a lot.
yeah.
Yeah, that's well, shoot. Yeah, that.
He had a lot of
his-
He had a lot of stage blood too. That guy. Alice
Yeah,
Cooper.
but just some of his stuff I've seen him do, it's like, how the hell you do that? But now I know
Yeah.
he's a magician or was a
Yeah.
magician.
Yeah,
I see it.
yeah. He was good friends with David Copperfield.
Oh wow.
That's how you know. That's how he knew a lot of the stuff.
Oh, and David Copperfield, David Copperfield's a master.
Yeah, you don't hear about him anymore though.
No, whatever happened to him anyway? Do we know? Or just
Don't know.
like drop off the grid?
We had a real good magician here in Canada, Doug Henley was his name,
Okay.
and he was almost just like Paper Copperfield.
Wow. That's a pretty
Yeah.
high. That's a pretty tall order to meet too.
Yeah, he
I
was
gotta-
a good illusionist.
Yeah, it's. Yeah, I mean, the way Copperfield, his illusions were just. Wow. Shit, I heard. Speaking of magicians, did you hear about that one story where that one magician actually ended up killing his wife on stage?
No, all cut her up.
Yep.
I
Well,
heard
appar-
something of that nature.
Apparently, the trick of the trick in the box where you saw the box in half with the chainsaw.
Yeah,
Well, the trick to that is, and they showed it, is basically underneath that box is a kind of like funky shape where the person slides their legs and their torso into this like Z-shaped kind of alcove
Right.
under the box.
right.
Well, I guess what happened was the girl was not able to get down into that little cubby, and she had to pull her legs back and down, and she wasn't able to pull her legs back. And there was so much noise going on the stage, plus the chainsaw was going, and she kept yelling at him that I'm not ready. He didn't hear her, and he started
Right.
chop. He started in, and yeah, unfortunately, he was really cutting his wife in half.
Wow.
And she was, they thought the blood was, stage blood. It wasn't.
Oh.
And then by the time he realized, oh God, he had already gone far enough to where he killed her. And I was like, I don't know. That's just the worst case scenario.
Yeah, that would be.
Oh my God. Yeah, chopping your wife in half, literally. It's like, dude. But yeah, there's that little trick is there the way they have it set up is you literally like put yourself in kind of like a reverse fetal position underneath
Yeah.
the box. But I used to love Copperfield when he would do his disappearing acts.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
he would come over here and then he'd appear 30 feet over there. It's like, how in the hell did you do that?
I like the one that he did with the wall in China.
He walked through the wall.
Yeah,
Yes, I saw that. That was, I don't know
that
how he
was
did.
insane. Yeah,
It's like, I really wonder sometimes if you don't have some kind of power, because that's like, I don't know. He makes me wonder. He
yeah,
really does.
yeah. Yeah, my favorite place in Europe was Sweden.
I worked with a cooking instructor that was from Sweden. He did. He was in the bakery teaching students, and the stuff he baked and the chocolates he made. Oh my God!
Yeah, yeah,
The recipe is straight from Holland,
yeah.
dude. That chocolate melted in my mouth. I was like, "Oh, this is delicious. This is better than any chocolate I've ever had."
Well, I tell you, in Sweden, you've got no problems getting a date. I tell you, there's more
Okay.
women than guys over there.
Oh wow, nice.
Oh, I see a lot of guys go to the bar and they got 3 women under their arms.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I need to go to Sweden.
Yeah. Yeah.
Chris would kill me.
Yeah,
Chris like how
stayed
you're
there-
going.
I stayed there for about 3 months. But the funny
Nice.
part is, all the traveling I did through Europe, I never paid for a motel or a hotel. I always met somebody that took me in.
Oh sweet, saved us some money
I know.
that way.
Well, I paid towards the food and whatnot.
Gotcha.
That's what I
yeah,
did. So,
but that worked out though.
oh yeah, yeah.
I wouldn't mind
Probably
taking a trip.
not. Probably not now.
Yeah,
This is back in the '70s. So
I wouldn't mind taking a trip to like because my Italian's my heritage is Italian. So
yeah,
I wouldn't mind taking a trip and going through the different parts of Italy and going through Greece, because I would love to see. I'd love to visit Greece.
some areas in Italy you gotta take the boat, eh?
Yeah.
It's like a little boat through the canals.
Yep, Venice,
Yeah.
Italy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would love to do
Yeah.
that. But I would love to
Yeah.
see. I'd love to go to Greece too, because one of my favorite composers is from Greece, and I would love to go to the coastline of Greece because I've seen pictures of the coastline and it's absolutely
Yeah.
beautiful. The water's beautiful. I would just like to visit the coastline
Yeah.
just for that.
It's just the cost of living in Europe is really high right now. Very high.
I believe it.
You
But
know,
it's so beautiful though. It really is.
like if I would have to make that trip today,
Yeah.
you're talking easy 10,000 or more.
Ooh. See,
Easy.
how much it cost me to move?
No, but that's what it would cost.
Damn. There you go. Oh.
Hello.
Miguel, you're muted.
Had to find my mouse. I was just saying so you could see the other side of the
Yeah.
the leakage now.
Wow.
Yeah.
See if I can get it in there.
That's cool.
That is really coming along, Miguel.
Wow.
I think that's, other than cleaning up the glue joints and putting a little sprue glue in a few places, those are good to go.
How are you going to make the tubs?
I think I'm gonna use aluminum. Yeah, I'm gonna use aluminum.
My part's done.
And just put like a lip on it for the wheel backs?
Something like that.
Yeah. That'll work.
I think I'm gonna change my retraction settings on my printer. I'm getting a lot of stringing going on here.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, that's a retraction issue, I know.
Right.
But they're internal parts, so I'm not too super worried about it. They're not the externals, but wow, that's a lot of string. If you don't do the retraction right, what happens is it drags the plastic to one point to another. So you got to make the retraction where it pulls up and clears, so you don't have that drag of thinned out plastic.
Yeah, I had to fix this small part here. This is for the fender.
Hold on, John. Let me put you up on screen.
This is for the fender.
Yeah.
I had to fix this part here, the tip of it. So what I did is I put super glue on there and baking soda.
Oh,
And now-
yes.
And now you can't see it.
Was
Yeah.
it like a short shot?
Yeah, yeah, right there on the tip.
Oh wow, I
Right.
can't even tell there was ever a short shot there.
No,
Yeah, you can't.
Wow. Yeah, that super glue and baking soda, that's a neat little trick. That does.
yeah,
really
you gotta
well.
watch how much baking soda you use though.
Wow. I've never actually done that before, but I've seen a lot of it, people use a lot of that on.
Well, what I do is I put the baking soda on first, and I make it so it's like just over the part.
Yeah.
And then put the glue on.
Okay. And then just
I don't
sand
put the
down
glue,
after.
I don't put the glue on first because if you put too much glue on, then the baking soda is gonna bulk up, so it's gonna be like a lump there.
Yeah, that makes sense.
You know.
That's a good idea. And
But what I did is I put tape on the end, and then put the super glue, and then the baking soda from the inside.
oh, nice.
And then once it was dry, I pulled the tape off, and then you don't see the lump there.
Now you give it a little bit of a sanding just to smooth it out, and you're good
Yeah.
to go.
Yeah.
Very nice, John.
Yeah. I do that with rims too sometimes because you cut them off the tree, and
Yeah.
then sometimes it takes a nip off it,
Oh yeah,
and I do the same thing with that.
it's a neat little trick. I've never actually done it before, but it's not something I wouldn't be willing to give it a shot. But I like the idea you put the baking soda in first
Yeah,
before the glue.
yeah, because when you put the glue in, like especially if it's a gel,
Mhm.
the gel kind of has a sense to bubble up.
Yeah.
And then it'll be a big freaking circle there, and you don't
Yeah.
want that.
It'd be easier because the baking soda will get into the short shot more
Yeah.
into it.
Right.
So makes sense. It's a good idea. Come on, Raft, break free. There it goes. There we go. There's another
Well,
part
let
to
your-
my equation.
let your friend know that there'll be candy apple red by this next weekend on this. So watch out for a video on it. Your
Oh.
friend, the one that was here last week from UK,
Oh, Julian.
Julian. Yeah,
Okay, yeah. I need. He hasn't. I thought he'd be in today.
Yeah, I did too.
yeah.
I'll have to shoot him a. I'll shoot him an email and see if he's okay. He may have just forgot or got busy.
Yeah, it could be. And the timing.
Yeah, because he's over in the UK, so that's probably why.
Yeah, it's like 6 hours, so it's almost 11 o'clock over there
Oh, damn. Yeah.
at nighttime. So, you know, the Philippines, if it's 11 o'clock a.m. here, it's 11 o'clock p.m. over there.
Oh,
So
wow.
they're a day ahead of us.
The
that's
the
nice.
complete polar opposite.
Yeah,
That's cool.
I couldn't freaking believe it.
I didn't know that. I thought. I mean, that's like the negative to positive side of a, of a battery.
Wouldn't that be the same with Australia? Wouldn't their time be around the same time as Philippines?
It's
Because
close.
Mm,
pretty
Closer.
close to the same area, isn't it?
I'm not sure, actually. Possibly.
There's one. That's one place I wouldn't want to visit.
Oh, Australia.
Yeah,
Yeah, I would
got
love.
no interest in the danger animals. No thanks.
Yeah, they do have some pretty nasty animals over there. I'll give it
And
that.
some ugly looking things too.
They got some real nasty looking spiders.
No kidding. You see that vampire bat? How big that sucker is?
Oh, yeah, that thing is freaking huge.
It's got a pretty big wingspan, I tell you.
Yeah, they have their insects are saying let's be desired.
Yeah. And some of the monkeys, they got their eyes almost popping out of their head like Marty Feldman.
True.
Imagine waking up to a Marty Feldman eyeballs.
No.
Kind of reminds me of that dog. Those dogs that have their eyes popping out of their head almost.
Oh, yeah, what was
Pugsies or whatever they call them.
Pugsies? Yeah, I think
Yeah.
they're called Pugsies.
No thanks.
Yeah, no.
Be waking up and then all of a sudden you see these eyeballs going up and down like this. But I don't
I
think
can see
so.
that now. Shit, I'll tell you what I was watching. I forgot what I was watching now, and they were doing insects of Australia. And I'll tell you what, some of those spiders I saw in there, I'm just like, I don't get scared of spiders, but I'll tell you what, these guys scared the piss out of me.
Yeah.
I mean, they had this one spider that it was funny. The guy was trying to get it off a ceiling, and he had a big old, like a big old bowl like this. That fracking spider had to be at least this big around.
Wow.
And he went to put the cover it with the bowl, and it shifted, and the spider jumped at him and missed the bowl. You see this guy with holding a phone fly off the ladder, hit the floor, and then run. It's like, I don't blame you. I'd have run too.
Yeah.
Fucking the size of a small saucer coming at you. It's like, no.
Pass.
Exactly. I mean, I thought when I lived back east, we had big spiders, but sheesh, not compared to Australia.
I'll take Oh Hell No Alex for 800.
Right? It was funny when I lived back east in Baltimore I lived there about 14 years. My girlfriend at the time, she was a tomboy. She played bugs. Didn't bother her a bit. And she calls me out, honey, I need your help. And I'm like, what's up? She goes, there's a spider. I'm thinking, spider? You play with spiders. She goes, no, look at this spider. Freaking spider is bigger than a silver dollar.
Yes.
And I'm like, get me a glass. I put the glass over that damn thing. He bounced off the wall into the glass, and I covered it with another plate, took it to the toilet, and flushed him. I was like, my God, that thing was huge. He was right in our living room too. It was like, oh, that guy's big.
Huh.
Because she's never scared of spiders. That scared her. It's like, if you're scared, there's a reason why.
Yeah.
Not a big fan of spiders.
Yeah, we don't have well, we have gardener snakes, but that's no big deal. They can't do any harm to you. So
Oh no, those you play with. I play with
Yeah.
those things.
you know
think we
what
have-
you don't see too much of is those praying mantis. You don't see them too much around here anymore.
Yeah, same here actually. I don't run across them too often.
No,
I think all the time I've lived here, I think I've only run across maybe 2 or 3 of them.
yeah,
That's about
you don't
it.
see too often.
No, we had one. We were working with our storage unit one day, and I ran across one, and I picked it up, and hold on a second.
Oh, the
Yeah.
tub.
Oh wow.
I don't know. I'm just playing with like ways to like get it to bend. I don't know. I don't really like the result.
Well, once you put a faceplate on there, you won't see that rib.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
And once you put the tire in, you're not going to see the inside of it either.
Yep. I don't know. I'm not a big fan of the way that it came out.
What about cutting out the shape, and then using like solder or something or super glue to put it together?
Yeah, that's a possibility.
Well, like tack welding it.
Yeah. Like do
Yeah,
the
then
shield
you guys-
and then do the.
Then you gotta
backing.
sand it down though like a weld.
Right. I'll keep tinkering, try a few things.
It's looking pretty good so far, Miguel.
Yeah,
I
you'll
wasn't
figure
even
it out,
really-
Miguel.
I
We
wasn't
got
even
time.
really.
We got
Planning on-
confidence. We got confidence in you.
We have faith in you, Miguel. We have faith.
I wasn't intending to even start on that today, but then John opened his mouth and got me going.
Blame it on John.
Gotta put this in front of my mouth.
John says, "What are you going to do for this?" Well, shit, I hadn't thought about it. Thanks, John. Now I'm
John,
thinking
you-
about it.
You went and did it, John. You made him think about it.
Well, that's like Ernie. What he was listening to what I said, and then sure enough, he did it.
Hey, that model is crazy. What he's doing with those all
Yeah, it is.
those
Oh
doors
yeah, it
opening.
is.
Well,
Amazing.
he's-
Crazy.
Rick,
Look at
if
the
you would have saw when he first started from now, it's a big difference. It's from night and day.
Wow.
Big difference.
Yes, he is very. I mean, his talent is. He's very talented.
Oh yeah, he got. Well, at first when he first started, he did a lot of scratch building, but it's amazing how far he got so far now
Wow.
from when he
Yeah.
first started. Because I followed him from the beginning,
Okay.
so I know. So I know.
The intricacy of doing the hinges like that, and I mean, I don't know if I could do that. I mean, I probably could pull.
I've
practice
done.
enough.
I've done hinges on cars, like I've done a couple of how-tos on my channel. But personally, I don't really care for doing it. I don't know why, I just don't. And if I don't open the doors, then I don't flock the interior like a lot of guys do. Because they say, well, I flocked the interior. I can't see it.
Yeah.
So why even bother? Unless the doors are open, then yeah,
Yeah.
I can see it.
No, it's like Russ's 1350 Enterprise build he's working on right now. You know, all that shuttle bay, all that cargo bay and shuttle bay has got all this detail to it, but
Yeah.
you don't see half of it because it's all covered up inside the ship, and you lose a lot of that detail. You can't really see it.
Mhm.
Kind of
Yeah.
sucks.
People when they do the super detailed build, it's like you're not even gonna see it. Why bother?
Yeah, what's the point? Now, I know the one guy, the one builder, his channel is Donuts in Space. He's over
Oh yeah,
in the UK.
donuts is good.
I haven't seen him for a while, but
Nope.
he did a really cool build where he did the 1350 Enterprise, but then also he was given a kit of the same ship, but it was only halfway built, and the guy gave up on it, and he turned that into a cutaway.
Yeah, that
Where-
was awesome.
You could see the shuttle bay, you could see the different sections of the ship, and it had panels taken out of it, so that was cool. But
Yeah,
I did
guess-
that once with a drag car. I cut the body in half,
Yeah.
and then I
Okay.
glued the half body on the one side, and then you can see everything else on the other side.
Nice. Yeah, that's when the detail really matters because that's when you're going to see all the stuff.
Yeah. I wish I did that with that GT40 that I did, because all that detail I did on the interior was a waste of time.
Yeah, if you did a cut version on that, that'd have been sharp.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd like cutaways just for that. I got a couple of cutaway models that you can see the interior, so that's well worth detailing it out.
Well, it's just like a submarine. Like on a submarine, you have all the insides and whatnot. But if you don't see it, like,
What's the point?
yeah,
Yeah.
what's, you know,
They provide you with the internal workings of the ship, and it's like, well, once you close two halves together, unless it's clear.
yeah,
Now that would be kind of cool if they did a model like that where they did half of it was was a clear plastic,
yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
and that way you could put the two halves together, and then you still see all the internal workings and everything. That would be awesome.
Yeah, they did a couple drag cars like that, total clear body, so that way you can see the rail, the chassis, and everything on it.
Yeah, that'd be sweet.
Yeah,
Yeah, I like that idea. Actually, take a model like that, and just the whole thing clear, except for the internals, would be sweet. Kind of makes you wonder about maybe 3D printing a clear parts.
but what
Every model.
what some people do is they have an old camera and they do it black and white, and they'll take a picture of the body of the car and take a picture of the chassis, and then
Yeah.
put the two negatives together, and so you see the outline of the body, but you see all the internals.
Oh wow. Okay,
That's how a lot of people do that.
that would be awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, detail counts then.
Oh yeah, big time. But I find there is a lot of people that can over detail a model, and
Yeah.
then you hide it with all this wiring. Then of course you're just wasting your time.
Well, it's like lighting. You can do the same thing with lighting too. You can overlight a model really easy.
Yeah.
Like when I did my one Star Destroyer build, I kind of went crazy on the lights and drilling of the holes out. And then after it was all said and done, I realized that I kind of went a little overboard and made too many lights, too many windows.
Right.
It's like you got to kind of have that restriction to pull yourself back and be like, no, just because it looks like a window should be there doesn't mean it should be there. So very easy to kind of go overboard with stuff. Any kind of detail work. You okay, Miguel?
Yep.
What time is it?
It's just like if you go to the model show and the guy goes, "Well, I scratch built this and I scratch built that, I scratch built this," but the thing is, if it's hidden by something else,
Yeah, there's no, all that work is for nothing. You're not going to see any of it.
no, the judge is going to look at it and go, "Yeah, where is it?"
They judge what they can see.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You can't see it, they ain't going to judge it.
No. No.
Yeah, totally. Well, guys, what do you think?
Yeah.
It's been a
Yeah, I got to make supper for my son. I got to drop him off later.
all right. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and kill the stream then. Thanks guys for showing up. I appreciate it.
Thanks for
Yeah.
Yeah. Anytime, Rick.
Yeah.
So I'll probably
anytime.
do same time next week.
Yep.
Yeah.
Cool.
Oh, yeah.
Alrighty, you guys have a good rest of your weekend. And I'll see you
Well,
all.
I'll
next
probably
Saturday.
do a hangout on Wednesday again.
Okay, I don't know if I can make the Wednesday one, but if I
Not
can,
a problem. Okay. Sounds
All right.
good.
You guys
Cheers,
take
guys.
care.
Later.